It looks like we finally have more Disney Lorcana booster boxes hitting the secondary market. And looking at the trend sales and prices of these boxes, I think it's safe to say we're finally getting another wave. But what does that mean for the Disney Lorcana secondary market? Disney Lorcana, the brainchild of Ravensburger that hit the ground running. Something we have been avidly talking about on this channel, and something that frankly has been a ton of fun to follow. It's a game that's great to play with the family. I really enjoy how it's bringing all of us together around cardboard, but that's not to say it's not without its problems. And one of those problems was the supply of the product. Listen, anytime you have a situation where people are out there making runs at big box stores just to try to get their hands on packs and buying those stores out just to have some of the product, you know, you might be a little short printed. But since those days, Ravensburger has given us several announcements on their Disney Lorcana Twitter channel. They have said that they want to reprint this product to the dirt, essentially. Well, they've also said, like, hey, set 2 might experience a lot of the same issues. We're working on this. It's assumed we'll get to some of this fixing around set 3. But in the interim, it does look like we're finally getting more Disney Lorcana boxes. And after reaching out to some of my contacts in the game store community, people who own game stores or are heavily invested in game stores themselves, they have confirmed, yes, they're getting news from distribution that product is becoming available. It will be shipped out. And while, again, we find ourselves not on Ravensburger's timeline, at least from my contacts. Now, if you're different or you're a game store and you got your product early, let me know in the comment section below. But it does seem that they might be a couple days behind where they initially thought it was going to come out. But the point being, like, hey, we're getting product. And normally just a couple people telling me or all the game stores telling me I would get product would be enough. But I am seeing trends on the secondary market. And I'm sure anyone who else who is following along is going to see those trends as well. That would indicate that, yeah, more boxes are hitting the shelves. It looks like the booster box for Disney Lorcana went from around $400, yes, we climbed that high, sometimes as high as $410, all the way down to a whopping $325. And while yes, this is a massive $80 price drop, we're still more than double what MSRP should be. We're still living in the insane world of Disney Lorcana and crazy short printed product. Now, the booster case saw a fall off as well, but the booster case was always going to be interesting. For those that know, Disney Lorcana booster boxes, they're not sealed. A major misstep, in my opinion, by Ravensburger, the company that printed these boxes, that made them for all of us to crack open, play with, and enjoy. I do believe those boxes should have a seal on them, but it looks like, hey, there is no seal. So the booster case, in my mind, has always held a bit of a premium, as it represents the only way to guarantee you have factory sealed product. So when you get a sealed booster case, you're almost guaranteed to have factory sealed booster boxes, because if they're in the sealed case, you know, ipso facto. And yes, I'm aware, we've all seen the Jake Paul Pokemon stuff. We know that these things can be faked. You can only go so far and protect yourself so much. Always buy from trusted game stores, buy from your local game store. And hey, if you're in my area, buy from my local game store over at Min-Max Games. But that's the only way you can truly protect yourself against getting, I guess, scammed on a product like this. I don't like to use the word scammed, but like if people are taking packs out of the box, it is scam. Anyway, so the booster case did see a decrease in price as well, but it still sits around $1,500 to $1,600, saying that, hey, we do have a premium for the idea of a sealed booster case, because someone who's interested in collecting that is going to want that bit of extra security. So it's interesting to see these price drops, but it's also interesting to only see them drop so much. I think the promise of product is something that Ravensburger has kind of beat over the head so much that we're in wait and see mode. Remember, Ravensburger often made several promises to us about the re-release of Disney Lorcana. At first it was, I believe, going to be the end of September, then it was early October, then it was mid-October, then it was end of October, and now here we are in November. First box is starting to maybe hit game stores and hit shelves probably later this week. So the delays have been upon us. And it's important to remember that with this secondary market, with the craziness of sealed product, comes the price of singles. People are often saying, I can't afford to build decks. Everything in this game is so expensive. Everything commands this high price. Well, additional booster boxes on the market are going to help this, but it's important to say that this amount of product, from the numbers that I'm hearing from some of my contacts, I don't expect this to be a massive wave of saving grace to bring prices back to where, in my opinion, they should be. I'll just get this out of the way now. It's my opinion that Ravensburger and Disney Lorcana should be at MSRP. I think this is a product that lives extremely well on shelves, and I think it services a community that is interested in far more than how much the box is worth on the secondary market. It's a game that lends itself to extreme playability for people that might not have played a trading card game before. I get this comment in almost every Disney Lorcana video. The game doesn't have enough depth for me. Like, yes, I understand that. Something like Magic the Gathering is going to be far more in-depth. That doesn't mean the game is without its nuances, but it does mean it just caters itself to an audience that is different than the Magic the Gathering audience. And I think that's okay. And I think a product like that, see something like Pokemon, lives on the shelf much better at MSRP at an affordable price. And then you look at people that are in it for the long term, that want to buy the box, maybe hold it for the long run and see if some of this stuff goes up in value over the long term, or build their collection, build a value of a collection. That's going to have to happen over a long term. That would be healthy in my opinion. But we don't see that. We're not going to see that for the second set. And Lorcana and Ravensburger has, in my opinion, kind of cashed in a bit of that confidence that we had in them, right? The ability to constantly announce reprints and say, hey, it's coming, hey, it's coming, hey, it's coming. And then finally we're getting some here. Now, all of this is kind of the world we live in now. It's important to remember that they have stated that there is a massive restock coming. This is just kind of like a here's a little nibbler, tide you over. There is a massive restock scheduled, I believe, for it's either December or early January for the first chapter, and let me know in the comment section. It might include Rise of the Floodborn as well, but I know for sure they really want the first chapter to be affordable. So that's going to be out there. But all in all, in the short term, I don't expect this to affect the Disney Lorcana secondary market all that much. If you stayed this long for the video, like, listen, you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that button. We're racing to 7K because this take might be a little cold, and I'm going to need the subs because I think I'm going to have some people disagree with me here. I don't think that this is where the product should cost right now. I think over the long term, we see the value of these boxes drop pretty steeply. Now, I don't know if these boxes will go back to MSRP anytime soon, but if we do get the massive restock that Lorcana and Ravensburger claims we're going to get, well, I think that should bring down the price of the box. People will be on to the next set. They might be buying some singles for their decks, but unless you're looking to mass box open and flood that singles market, I really think the price and, how much we want the booster box is going to go down. Same for something like the Treasure or the Trove and the gift set. I really think that these products are headed back towards Earth. Now, this is in no way financial advice. Don't spend any money based on my thoughts, some idiot in his own basement just talking about trading card games. But that does mean, in my opinion, that the game will be healthier when it gets there. I am excited to see that. I would love a world where once a week I could just stream on a Friday night with some of my family members and open a box of Lorcana and just like have some fun, maybe add some cards to our deck, maybe sell some of them to on the secondary market to maybe make a couple bucks back, never more than I paid for the box, but just try to subsidize the next box for the next box opening fun that we do as a family. And build a set and open some foils and stuff like that. Things like that are extremely fun. But let me know what you think about this restock. Have you heard about it? Do you think it's going to be a big deal? And if so, what's it going to do to the secondary market? I want to hear each and every one of your opinions. Remember, share this video at any social media platform where you engage with Disney Lorcana discussion. If you're out there, you think someone would find this interesting, you think they would agree, or even harshly disagree with me, let them know, because I'd love to hear from them. And again, finally, hit that sub button if you want to go above and beyond. Check out the channel membership. It's $5 a month. You get exclusive content, custom emotes. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you all know me. Heck, my name is Josh, and, well, we'll see you around. All right, goodbye.